Alright guys, we're back on our road to S+.
What up?
Great success. On the road. What we doing now, Bake? Mission...
Lights out.
3. Mission 3.
Oh man, here we go.
We have a lot of XP.
Back to our squad. This is who we roll with.
This is who we roll
Bertha,
with,
Vector, Beltway. I like running with Beltway because once I started using the shotgun, and you're playing on professional, you can just kill him if you ever lose it.
Right.
And then get your shotgun back. Now he has pump action, not bad, but I preferred the assault in this particular level. And then I think later on I even move into Juggernaut.
Right, which you ended up thinking was a good gun for certain enemies. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't work on all the enemies, or it does, but like you don't like it as much.
Right.
But people, enemies like hunters and such, you beast on them.
Sorry if some of this information is redundant. We don't know if everybody's keeping up with the series. You know, maybe somebody's got the S+ ranking on every mission except for this one, and we want them to have all the information.
Right.
So sorry if some of this is redundant.
Right.
For y'all who have been keeping up with the series, we apologize. But you know, it doesn't hurt to hear it again to kind of get it ingrained in your head. And then the other thing is, we have something to talk about.
Right.
For this whole time.
Yeah, these are long levels.
Now there's a lot of intel and cards and everything through all this, but go ahead and go all the way down to this last door on the left and go ahead and get the blue card, and then we'll come back through and get everything that we need to, because there's like, well, we've already picked up 2 pieces of intel. I think there's like 3 or 4 pieces of intel in here.
Right.
Oop, grenade.
Grenade.
Those grenades, they come in handy.
Right.
Always.
There's a lot of zombies in this level.
Always. Oh man.
Blue key card. Probably a lot of people don't know about the blue key card room, but this is the blue key card room. I think there's a grenade launcher down there. I think
there is, and pros and cons. They're beast, but you only get 10 shots, and then you can't refill it, so it's not worth losing my assault shotgun.
Right, which you
in my opinion.
Right. Lots of zombies.
Yeah, these two rooms on the right that you don't even have to worry about them. There's nothing in there. You can go in there. There's nothing in there. I think there's 1 ammo box, but that's about it.
Mm-hmm. And notice we're getting a lot of the intel. That's pretty much what you have to do to get the S+. Try to get a lot of intel. So just pay attention to which rooms we're going into, so you can pick up the intel too. And then we'll talk more about laptops later on in the video about how to get your points.
Yeah, this part sucks because it really eats into your time.
It's the party room, baby.
And you can't, you can't fast forward it.
Yeah, certain cinemas you can, and when we suggest you fast forward, but some of these you can't.
But this is one of those spots, like a zombie nest, zombie fest, kind of place.
And let's talk about those rooms, right? Because I know that when you were trying to get the S+, because all this is bait, guys. I'm editing while he's doing all this, so all the gameplay, y'all need to be thanking Bake for that stuff. He did a real good job. But I know that you tended to lean more of your kills on places like this, where you could just take out a bunch of zombies versus like hunters and lickers and stuff. So let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, if you're gonna, as far as time is concerned, this is the best place to knock out the most deaths. You can get the biggest bang for your buck, because you don't want to go into a room where there's parasites or lickers or tyrants and have to sit there and kill all of the lickers, or something to that effect, because that will just eat into your time. And then the other thing is you're more likely to die. Zombies are typically easier to manage. Then you get frustrated, and then you just throw it down, and then you don't get the S ranking. Or the S+ ranking.
I guess the worst case scenario is that maybe a zombie grabs you and infects you, but I mean you typically will always have an antivirus spray around or on you or close by where you can run and get to it. So I guess that's like the worst case scenario, but like you said, if you've got a shotty, it's on.
Now here's interesting, a little interesting tidbit. You saw all those zombies that have the bomb strapped to their heads. There's 2 things with those guys. If you're using a shotgun, which I highly suggest, keep your distance, because they will blow you up along with them. And then the other thing is, when you're keeping up with your kills, because you should always try to keep a mental count of how many kills, not you know, 1, 2, 3, all the way to 40, all the way to 80. But keep like a little mental note of, okay, I got 10 in that section. Okay, maybe I hit 18 in that section, just to kind of give you a little idea of where you're at. Now, here's the other interesting thing about those. See, keep your distance, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's
listen to my own words.
You're right there. Yeah.
But here's interesting: if you shoot one of those guys and the bomb goes off and it kills the surrounding zombies, do you or do you not get the points?
Don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
So when I was keeping my mental count, I was just
not counting though.
I was just not. I was counting them as one for killing the guy with the bomb on his head. But after that, you know, I wouldn't count on it. Is what I'm getting at.
Now notice right there, guys, that we just kind of walked past the laptop. We didn't turn our intel in. That's because if you wait until the last laptop of the level, which there's normally 2 to 3 of them, give or take, you get more points.
Right.
For whatever reason, let's say you turned in 5 pieces of intel at the first laptop and you got X amount of points and unlocked so much of the photo gallery. But if you'd have waited and got to maybe another laptop and had more intel, you might would have gotten like an extra factor of a point, right? Added onto your total, and maybe one more of the gallery unlocked. Something to that effect. So just make sure you wait until the later parts of the level to turn your intel in, just so you can get more points and more photos unlocked in your gallery.
Now, how did I get infected right there? I don't know. But anyways, Exotic makes a good point, and we haven't pinpointed exactly like if you turn in 10, you get this and X amount, and then if you turn in 11, you get Y amount. We haven't pinpointed that, but we do know there is a bonus,
right,
for keeping your intel. Man, I should have listened to myself. I keep blowing myself. Oh, I thought I was about to do it again, didn't you? I thought.
You know what you need to do? You need to go Square One Games at YouTube and watch this video called it's S+, and it covers Mission 3. And listen to this guy named Bake. He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. Now this one by the stall, I used to miss that all the time.
Yeah.
Here's a good thing though. After you take care of all these guys near the reception desk, all you do is find this black key card, which is right there in the center room, and you don't have to worry about any intel. Just bust it to the next checkpoint.
Right.
Save your some time. Because I remember I was looking around there for like 15, 30 seconds looking for intel.
Yeah.
And what do we have?
Liquors.
More liquors.
Bake's favorite. Yeah.
I don't know what's worse, the liquors or the flood. I don't know. You guys, I want to know what you guys think is worse. Do y'all hate the liquors more or hate the flood more? But here's a good point about when those zombie nests, when you accumulate all those zombie kills, really comes into play. Because instead of having to kill all these liquors and all these bombed up zombies, I just grab the 3 pieces of intel and just bolt out of there.
Right.
And that really saves my time, saves my frustration level, because I'm not having to deal with them. Oh no! Oh no! Sorry guys. Did y'all like my icon right there? The little SOG. I think we still have that girl as our icon.
Because we
haven't changed that.
Because we still got to make like an official Square One Games account. I think we're still just creating accounts to get through.
Now here's the only liquor that you have to kill in that whole section. You can't get away from this guy. Unfortunately. Look at Bertha. Look at Bertha actually doing her job.
Remember the Charlie Brown cartoon? When he just punched the football?
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
Oh, man.
Just got punted in the face.
I'm surprised Bertha actually did her job.
Yeah, what do you guys think about the AI in this game now? I know a lot of you guys might be playing with friends, and so obviously you can't comment if you're playing with your buddies, but we played it on professional the first time through, and we felt like our teammates didn't really do anything. But then when you play it on some of like the casual difficulties, they're just hooking you up now.
Right.
That might have a lot to do with the fact that it playing on professional, I guess the computer expects you as a player to be more lights out or whatever.
Right.
But still, I would think that they would kind of make it a pretty good happy medium across the board. You need to watch that video.
I know. So what did you guys think about the AI?
I've heard people say, "Oh man, it's the most terrible AI I've ever played in any game." I've heard that in side of the rainbow. Right. And then I've heard people say, "Well, they didn't really do what I wanted them to do all the time, but they were helpful."
Yeah, they weren't as bad as people are making them out to seem.
And I think that's the deal with this whole game, is that I think people jumped off the cliff when it first came out and all the scores came out, and But our review's coming up soon, and we're just going to lay out facts.
Yeah, it's not really a review per se. We're not going to put numerical values on there,
We
but
kind of don't believe in numerical.
we don't. And Exonovant will get more into that when we do that video because he makes a really good point. But we will have more of the long lines of a pro and con.
Right.
You know, this is what we liked about it. This is what we didn't like about it. And that sounds like a review, but you'll see how we package it. It's a little bit different.
Yeah, and if we say something like the AI didn't really participate well the entire game, we're gonna have video proof of them not participating. So it's not like we're just gonna be talking.
Right.
We know we're gonna put out video, and we're gonna be supporting and not supporting the game. So we'll see how that turns out.
Go downstairs.
Oh yeah,
On this part, go downstairs because not only is there a crucial piece of intel, but there is a lot of stock down there.
Right. Gotta get stocked up. Look at
Yeah,
all my
I think on the
grenades.
last when we did episode 2 or mission 2 of this series,
Right.
we said that we weren't going to deal with a security camera.
But you did.
I guess I did, but I promise we
It-
stopped taking care of the security cameras.
Right, and it's not that you can't, guys. It's just that we have to reshoot this stuff every time we don't get it right, and so we eventually said, hey, can we get through a level and get the S Plus without the cameras? We've already made a video on our channel that covers where all the cameras are. So can we kind of just move it through? And we could. So really, the main thing you want to focus on is not dying, getting your intel, and getting the time. That's the main thing. So.
And the deaths, the deaths you can't miss the deaths.
Right.
And now I know there's a lot of how do I say it? Ambiguity. There's concerning the S Plus ranking, because it's the achievement says you can do it on veteran or professional, but sometimes I'll do it on. I've tried it on veteran. I'll get all S's and then I won't get an S Plus, and then I'll go back and do it on professional, and I won't get and then I will get the S Plus. I think we just ended up saying, hey, we get a difficulty bonus, plus we're always positive that we'll get an S Plus ranking if we do the professional. So I think that's what we did throughout the series. But there's times where I'll get 1A and 3 S's and still get an S Plus. There'll be times where I get all S's and I won't get an S Plus.
Yeah.
It's hit or miss.
And guys, I think we said this in mission 2, so sorry if it's repeating itself, but we just don't know. I wish we could put out a video that said, hey man, if you get these scores or better, you are good to go. But
yeah, it really irks us to put out content and information that we don't 100% know.
Right.
And by the way, those zombies that are on fire are perfect to just get a rank. Well, how am I on fire? Anyways, those zombies that are on fire are awesome to just get a quick kill because they move really slow.
Right.
Now I know we're about to deal with some hunters. Be glad that you took out all those zombies earlier because we don't even have to touch them. We don't deal with them. We just run past them.
Yeah, that can suck your time out of your play.
Oh
guys.
God, yeah. Especially with the assault shotgun. I think, we figure out later on that the Juggernaut is just the way to go.
Oh man. Yeah.
I wish we didn't. I don't at the time that we did. What's the video with the 13 hunters?
Oh yeah, you got to kill 13.
You got to kill 13 hunters. I can't exactly remember which trophy that is, and we didn't even know it at that time.
Right.
But that was actually
probably the best.
Yeah, that was.
We get in that hallway again.
Oh no, it's 17 hunters and it stops squirming.
There you go. Yeah.
So you can watch Stop Squirming, that video, and it has valuable information. But I don't know. We'll probably put an annotation back. And
I just wish we'd have used.
Yeah, I wish we would have used the Juggernaut too.
So, but the strategy's sound. It just might take you a little bit longer to kill them.
Right.
But if you can equip the Juggernaut, go for it.
Right. If you could do the same thing we did and then use the Juggernaut.
Right.
And we will make sure that you have the best possible way to know these things. And if we find it out now or if we find it out later, we'll get it up there. We'll annotate it. We'll change the video. We'll do whatever we gotta do. But yeah, be thankful you don't have to deal with those hunters because they get on your nerves.
Here's a good spot. Yeah. Talk about this.
Since their backs are turned, I normally pull out my pistol and try to get 1 or 2 of them bleeding because you can see that I've saved my incendiary grenade for a reason. And once they get in that big cluster, you just light them up. That beast of a grenade.
Incendiary.
You might as well throw all the rest of them out while you're at it. And I remember my head count. I was kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One of those deals again.
Yep.
where you don't know exactly how many you got, but you can see it clears the room pretty well.
Now, if you've watched our mission 2 or mission 1, I think in both of those we used the heavy machine gun. Now you can see that we switched to the shotgun, and you can see why, right? We were able to just get through all those zombies, one-hit kills for the most part. The heavy machine gun, you know, it does its job, but it just takes too many hits on a zombie,
Right.
And when you're going for kills and time and all that stuff, we just kind of stumbled upon the fact that a shotty is kind of the way to go.
Yeah, especially in the especially, is this a cemetery or is this the park?
This is...
I can't quite remember.
No, you're coming up on the where the chopper is, so you're coming up on the park. This is
Okay.
this is where you got to get the EMP.
Oh, that's right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
So right here with the park, yeah, the shotgun you can run and you don't even have to have your reticle up. Just have a mental image of where that would be, and you can just run and pull the trigger, and
Beast.
one hit, boom, just go with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Um,
Raccoon. I think we point out where one of the raccoons are.
yeah, and we have a raccoon video out. So if it's because I know we're going fast because of the time. So if it's not completely obvious, go to the raccoon video. I know Donovan did a great job with that, and you can see kind of at a slower pace where all these raccoons are.
We try to show you guys as much in this S Plus as we can because some of you might not have the raccoon yet, right? And it's a great way to get some points while you're on your little way here trying to get your S Plus. So, you know, stop by and pick it up if you don't have it yet. I don't know that we do it on every level, but we try. We try to show you where the laptops are. We try to show you where as much intel is, because we just don't know if you, because we've put out a lot of videos, guys, in the last week, and so sometimes they get missed in the shuffle.
Right.
So.
Now this, okay, we do
Oh.
this. We do Nikolai. We have a science on this guy. And we do it every single time that we play this level. This is exactly how we do it. We use the frag grenades. What you want to do is try to run towards the center of the of that building of the church, so he can't see you. Bank it off of whichever side that he's on. You can see the hit marker on the reticle; it'll turn red.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you run back, try to make that wide loop around, because if he ever gets a shot or two on you,
Oh yeah.
it'll knock you down. It'll take off half of your damage, and he'll put you away pretty quickly as well. But yeah, just keep banking them off that. You know, obviously those are stun grenades, so you're not gonna get hit markers. But
And what's happening, guys, is when you bank them off that far, we'll just call that window you were just looking at window 1. When you bank them off window 1 and they hit that wall, they fall in between 1 and 2, right?
Right.
If you were to call the far left windows. And then if he's trying to run away from window 1, like back out to window 2, you'll still get the hit marker. Sometimes if you throw it just in window 2 or just in window 1 and he runs away, you will not get the hit marker.
yeah,
So that's how Bait kind of developed that method right there.
yeah, I know. See how the grenade kind of disappears? You gotta really be careful, because sometimes you'll throw it and it goes in the window, but it'll disappear behind the wall, and then you won't get an explosion at all. This can be frustrating. So try to aim for the lower, I guess, half of the open of the open window. If
Right.
that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah, oh
Is
yeah.
that explained right?
And I think a lot of, because I think we tried to do this a little bit in our Let's Play when we first played him, because we really didn't know exactly what we were doing, is you try to sit there and shoot him.
Oh,
and
God.
And that's fine if you're a very bold player and you got, you know, but the thing is, you just don't want to die at this point in your S Plus run, right?
That, and you're pressed for time.
Right. You don't want to sit there and try to have a one-on-one with him, because he can kill you in just a couple of shots. There's only 4 orbs in this area, and Bertha may or may not do her job. So you just don't want to risk it. I mean, you can even see here that we've already used 2 of our herbs already, and this is with what we feel like is a pretty sound strategy. So
Right.
he's going to get shots on you. You just don't want to put yourself in a position to get more shots.
And here's the other thing. If you don't know exactly where he's at, don't guess. Really
Right.
take your time and make sure that you're throwing these grenades in the right place.
'Cause
Because a wasted round that's not doing anything for you. It's just taking out time. Now, right there at the bottom, you see he says a little goofy statement, but that's
Mhm.
just a cue that the zombies are about to come out. The zombies come out 2 or 3 times. I think he has 3 cues.
It's 3 rounds.
Now they always come out in the exact same spot, and it's a mirror image on either side.
And we have them all memorized. So.
Right, and we've had them memorized, and hopefully this will be enough that you don't have to memorize it. You know, what I would suggest is pausing your game and then going through it on casual and learning how we do our stuff. Play it on casual a couple times and then try to do it on professional.
Right.
But, you know, notice that long loop every single time.
You want to swing out behind those walls, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even when you're going for the frag grenades in the back, don't just move from one frag to the next frag, like standing still, like move point A and stand at point B. Kind of like do your toggle left and right. Just a little movement just in case. I noticed a lot when I was trying to perfect this level that just moving that left and right a little bit does wonders for him not hitting me.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Let's also talk about your teammates. They typically will shoot at the window that he's at.
Right.
Correct. So
Correct.
if you're up in there in that building and you're looking straight up and you're kind of in the center like Bake said to do where the door is and you're looking up, it's kind of hard to tell where he is because you can't see his head, but you see right there they were shooting at the far, what we consider, I guess, window number 1, and that's where Bake's going to do his bank shot, baby.
Boom.
And get his hit markers. So just make sure you're paying attention to your teammates as where they're shooting and use that to your advantage.
Now you see we run over here and kind of look wide. All we're doing is looking for the frag grenades to respawn, because there'll be times where when you get proficient at this method that you'll actually
beat them.
You'll
beat
be
'em.
throwing the frag grenades so quickly that they haven't respawned yet. So
Right.
that's a good spot to just sit there and wait, because he can't hit you, and you'll know exactly when they come back. But yeah, he takes a while.
And like we said, guys, I mean, if you want to get a couple of gunshots on him, it's kind of at your own risk. This is what we feel like is the safest way for you not to die, right? So it's really up to you. If you follow this method, we feel like you're pretty much, I guess you have a better chance of not dying and getting your S+. But I'm sure that there's some player out there who's like, oh man, I could just beast him from, okay, that's cool.
And you probably can.
But part of our job as directors is to try to find the balance between what's safe. Just because we may or may not have the skill to perform something in the game may not be the way that we feel like every player could
Right.
perform the same duty. So.
And that's not a knock on anybody.
No.
I mean,
If you want to
listen,
beast, man, beast.
Listen, I remember playing Final Fantasy, and I just simply could not get through this part one way, and Exonovet helped me do it. And it's just, there's going to be parts in certain games that certain players are just going to have a really hard time with.
Yeah, and some people are going to be like, oh, dude, that was the easiest thing on the planet. So,
Exactly.
play the way you want to play, but, if you're getting aggravated with this level, or you feel like, you know what, when I play this time, I want to get the S+, this is how we feel like is, one of your best maps for success.
There's the second queue. Yeah, and you're gonna watch them. They crawl right out of here.
And we pretty much follow the exact same pattern. We just
try to use that super soldier, because you are out in the middle right now, and the first 5 hits don't count when you have super soldier on. So kind of CYA right there while you're out in the open taking care of those zombies.
And again, we feel like Lupo is just a really good all-around player. If you got a player that you like, hopefully they have a perk that will help you get through the S+, but we know that with the perk she has, the superhuman perk? What do they call it?
Yeah, it's something to that extent.
It's in the far right on her abilities list. I don't know, we just like the ability to be like immune to gunfire for a minute. That really...
Yeah, that and the 50% increase in damage. You just can't... I mean, yes, you can argue with it, but you get what we're going with it.
Right.
And you know how it is when you get used to a perk, that you've been playing with so long, you just know exactly how that perk works, exactly how to utilize it to its max, and that's just what we did with this one.
Right.
Because there's going to be other guys that use Beltway and have figured out exactly what, how to do something with that.
So what is y'all's favorite? I think we asked this in Mission 2, but what is your favorite character and why? Like, I know why we like Lupo. But I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, why are you playing with Lupo? Like, but what's your opinion on some of the other characters? I know they have their unique little perks that they have. I mean, we have used some of the other characters for certain things.
Well, we tried.
Yeah, but we tend to like Lupo. We feel like she's pretty good all around. So
and I'm kind of worried about that, because I know in the multiplayer you can only be one person.
Oh yeah, doesn't your squad leader pick?
I don't know how it works, but I know that not everybody can be Lupo.
Right.
Or not everybody can be Vector or whatever.
So if we happen to spawn in a match with somebody out there, just let us be Lupo.
Yeah,
please.
be kind.
Yeah.
No.
Let us be Lupo.
And that's something too. I'm not gonna lie. You know, we've kind of been successful with this Resident Evil game. I'm really excited about playing with you guys online.
Yeah. Oh man, I know a lot. I opened up my PlayStation account yesterday and I had like 40 messages.
Right.
So thanks guys. If you sent me a PSN, I appreciate it. I did post on our YouTube channel. Some of y'all wanted me to add you as friends, and I tried, but I was also in the middle of downloading after I downloaded the new patch for Battlefield, and for whatever reason it said error and I couldn't add you. So just hit me back up again and we'll add you on.
Yeah, we'll try to get to everybody. I haven't even been online because I've been working on the campaign, so I don't even know if anybody's friend requested me.
Oh.
Yeah, but
just hit him up, be like, "Thanks for that S Plus gameplay."
Yeah.
And he'll know who you are.
Hopefully. Yeah, I kind of need to go back and watch this myself. But really take your time on Nikolai, because after this is the meat of the level.
Yeah, I mean this is like the bulk. I mean, there's the last. As soon as he gives that last command, you can
take off.
You can listen to some piano.
Ooh, I know that's a Resident Evil throwback.
Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Everybody who's played Resident Evil knows that. And
is that the original one? Or is that the second one? I don't know, because
well,
I've never played any of them.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like, if I can remember, it's been a long time since I've played them, but I know that pianos they were in a couple of the Resident Evil games, but that particular Beethoven piece was pretty iconic.
Now, you can see I was standing in the doorway right there. I always stand in the doorway when I can. That way my teammates can't come either in front of me.
Yeah, steal your kills.
Either that or I kill them.
Right.
They're not particularly smart.
Right, we kill our teammates a lot.
Quite frequently.
And sometimes, and I know this may sound crazy, but we do it on purpose because, and I'll tell you why, and we'll get into more of this when we do our review. But it seems like the level is not big enough for 4 people. Maybe that's just me, but sometimes there's only a couple places to get you, to cover, right? Maybe like right here, like one car. But when you get 4 people trying to duck behind one car, or if you try to duck behind a car and your teammates run in front of you, then you're shooting your teammates. Like they're in the way of you. So we'll get into more of that when we do our review.
Right. Now I tried to dissect this section the best I could. And this is the best way I figured out. Use your super soldier perk to get rid of these first couple of guys. And then when that goes away, rely on grenades. If you this would be one of those instances where you could kill a teammate and preferably get an automatic weapon, because they tend to be more efficient against humans. I don't think I did that in this particular video, but use your super soldier to get rid of those first couple of guys, because it gets pretty hectic. And always remember that herb. I missed that herb a couple times, or at least I hadn't found it yet, and I really struggled getting through this part. Of course, this could be one of those sections where you can run through, but it's really hard to run through a group of Spec Ops. And I'm sure on professional. I'm sure you've run into that situation before. I love it. I love that little NCAA Madden shoulder bull run kind of deal.
Yes, sir.
I love that. I'm glad they put that in there.
So there's a F8 spray for you guys. If you do decide to run through the soldiers and make it, there is some light at the end of the tunnel with the F8 spray, because you will be hurt.
Oh yeah.
When you get through there, if you're lucky enough. Ammo crate to refill.
Yeah, there's some other weapons I just wanted to point out to y'all, but I don't know. I was kind of lenient toward my assault.
Now I know that you have a particular route that you run here that you've tested and tested and tested. So let's get into this, because I know this is going to be a hard level for people, or a hard part of the level.
Right. Your first instinct is to go to the checkpoint and just start the reactors to come up. But go ahead and get that one piece of intel, knock out the 2 security cameras, and then what I'm going to do is grab the rest of the intel and any other little items that I may need, particularly grenades will come in handy. Because the Spec Ops won't spawn in until you do that little checkpoint. So it's nice to go ahead and run around, get used to your surroundings, go ahead and turn in all your intel, pick up any grenades, get yourself familiar with where the herbs are, because trust me, you're gonna need them. This part can be kind of hectic,
right,
on professional.
It's really easy to die here, guys, with all the soldiers that come out.
And you have a death or two,
right,
and you can be lenient right there. Don't just, if you die right here, don't just start the level over, but just be aware it's another section that can prove to be frustrating.
Right. And I
Very
think
much so.
I can't remember if this is the one, but I don't know if this is the one we actually captured a death. I can't remember because there was one we threw a grenade and it didn't land right where we wanted it to.
Oh
and
yeah.
I think so. I think if this is the right clip, then you'll actually see us take a death and still get the S+. So
okay.
I think this is one.
Start the generator and then walk this section because they're coming from the left-hand side of the generator that you're going to, and you have to wait 10 to 20 seconds before you can actually plant the EMP on the generator because it has to come out of the ground. Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah, there's the death. Yeah.
There it is. Yeah.
The grenade didn't go quite as far as we wanted it to. Yep.
Of course.
So there's the death. Take it.
That's my baseball arm for you. Or I guess Lupo's. Yeah, I'm gonna pin it on Lupo.
But watch, we're just gonna run the exact same route again. Pick up all the intel.
Yeah, I don't think I did the cameras.
Yeah,
you don't really have to do the
cameras.
Hey, if you can, that herb that was right behind us, that we passed on the first generator that we came to, leave that one if you can. That is a very important herb later on, and you'll see it, because you have to run from the first generator back to the generator where the herb is, and they're shooting you in the back, and that herb is just life-saving, life-saving easily.
So there we go, checkpoint again. You gonna do your walk?
Yeah.
So what you're doing here is you're just basically trying to make it that when you actually get there, you've got something to interact with.
Right, because if you'll run up there really quick, like I did the first time I ran up there too fast.
The grenade, yeah.
And it wasn't ready for me to place the EMP on. Great place to use the super soldier because you can't get shot the first 5 times.
Right.
Now here's the thing: you will place these EMPs on the generator, but you also have to trigger the next generator to come up. So don't place an EMP and start bolting off to the next one. There's that herb that we really desperately need. And then the trick here is to kind of play hide and go seek. Just kind of keep the generator in between you and the spec ops. Does that make sense? So
yeah,
they can't
strafing back and forth.
Right, so they can't kill you. Place the EMP. Don't run past the generator for the next one. And then this is kind of the home stretch right here. You know, as long as you can live right here and kind of hang out, because what's going to happen as soon as you place the EMP on the last generator, that's it. That's the end of the level.
That's the end of the level.
Because I've actually placed the EMP on this last generator and died, and it still went to the cutscene.
Right.
And it didn't count towards my deaths.
That's a good trick. Yeah, that's a good thing to know.
So there you go. And I think we fast forwarded to save time. And you can see we got all S's, 1 death, 29. You know, there you go, guys.
There you go. So we'll see you in mission 4.
What is that, mission 4?
Mission 4
Gone Rogue.
is Gone Rogue.
That's right.
See you guys there. Well, we hope you enjoyed the video. If you're looking for trophies and achievements, just click on the icons in the top left.
You can always find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. Links are in the description. Just let us know what you think and definitely what you want to see next.
And aside from those sticky notes, there's always that miscellaneous box full of random content, but you never really know what you're going to get.
And hey, if you like what we do, subscribe. Thanks.